made a video a while ago, asking questions about like labour, delivery, like all the type of things. And I gave birth 12 weeks ago today, and now I can finally answer those questions for other people who have those questions. So, number one, the difference between a period cramp and a contraction. Contractions are way worse. Don't care what anyone tells you. Contractions are way worse. They're not the same. They don't feel the same. I can understand why people will say that, like, oh, it kind of feels like a period cramp, because you get that little like type of thing. However, imagine your period cramp on steroids. That's what a contraction feels like. If you're one of those lucky ladies that have the privilege to not really feel much pain during a labour, this is not for you, okay? This is for the girlies that have low pain tolerance and suffer. So me, I suffered, okay? I was not prepared. I knew it was going to be painful, but I didn't know I was going to basically have an out-of-body experience because of that's how painful it was, okay? It's not the same. Will you know when you're in labour? Yes, you will. Yes, you will. The last 2 weeks of my pregnancy, I was like, is this labour? Is this labour? Is this labour? If you have to ask, is this labour? You are not in labour. Okay? I had induction, okay? So apparently inductions are like more painful. Not only that, my baby was back to back. That's what it was. So apparently your baby being back to back is another added pain. So I had double added pain. Okay, so let me get that there. Labour, you're basically looking out for those contractions. So let's say I went on a very long walk, yeah, and I was having pain. And I mean pain. But if that pain doesn't feel like your period cramps on steroids, you're not in labour. If you can talk when you're having that pain, you are not in labour. I hated it when people said it to me, right, because it sounds so, what's the word? Condescending. I promise you, I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm trying to save you because I didn't believe it and I suffered the consequences, okay? If you feel like you cannot handle the pain from the first centimetre, take the epidural, because I got given 2 paracetamol. I couldn't handle it, okay? I could not handle it. And then by the time that I was like, yes, give me the epidural, I was 6 centimetres, right? They left 5 minutes to go and get the anaesthesiologist. Within those 5 minutes, I got to 9 centimetres, couldn't have the epidural, had to do it on 2 paracetamol. I had to have 25 stitches. Take that what you will. The cries of a baby. I asked, if you have your TV on max volume, will you be able to hear your baby cry? Like, will the baby be louder than the TV? No. I actually don't think my baby's louder than the TV. Obviously, he has his moments where he screams, right? But for the most part, like, I'd say like 95% of the time, his cries are not that loud. I was worried about not having anyone with me, like, in the postnatal ward, but in the hospital I went to, you are allowed your partner there, like the dad. He is allowed to stay with you the entire night, sleep there the entire night. So I don't know whether that's the case for all hospitals, but that was the case for mine. Gas and air is rubbish. Didn't work for me. Could work for you. However, I don't think I expected the pain to be that severe. So I was there like trying to like proper breathe through the gas and air, and it just didn't work for me. It just dried my lips out, and honestly, the drying of my lips hurt, and so it was just an extra added pain on top of that. Just some other bits about recovery. I recovered quite well, even though I needed to have 25 stitches. They dissolved within 3 weeks. It was, walking was very painful. I'm not gonna lie, it was very painful to walk, especially after as well. Like the day after, I was so slow in walking. Be patient with yourself, okay? You just gave birth. You are allowed to be slow. So I was literally helped like into the car and like everything. I healed within 3 weeks. It still hurts to walk now, like I still get pain down there. And it's been 12 weeks now. It's manageable, like I could probably do an 8-hour shift and be fine. You bleed a lot after. You're gonna go through maybe like 4 or 5 pads a day, maybe more. But I kind of stopped bleeding after like 2 weeks. Yeah. And then this is different for everybody as well. I actually had my period the other day, so after maybe like 10 or 11 weeks after giving birth, I was on my period. So yeah. Your water breaking, what does that feel like? I saw a video of a lady describe your water breaking as feeling like a water balloon popping inside of you, and that could not be a more accurate description. My water broke while I was giving birth, and it literally feels like something's gone, and then like water just gushes. Did my water break? If you don't feel a pop and a gush, it's probably not broken. However, I did see a video of this lady talk about how her water had actually broken a week before and she didn't know, and it was just like a continuous like little dripping. If you have that, you should get checked out because that's quite dangerous for your baby. You could get an infection. Everything goes well and normally it should just feel like a pop and a gush of water. Can't really tell you about a mucus plug because I don't know when it happened or whatever, but basically I was 1 centimetre dilated and I was in so much pain that the midwife had to come and check me. So she did like a check to see how many centimetres dilated I was, and I was bleeding so much. She said it was a very heavy bloody show, which obviously is like the mucus plug, but I don't know what that feels like. I can't remember. I've kind of blocked that out of my brain. That's all I can really think about right now. If you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. So